was on my way back from a concert, driving alone, and I was getting super tired. It was close to midnight, and I still had a couple of hours to go. So I pulled into the small gas station just off the highway. It was quiet, barely lit, and there was only one other car parked near the side of the building. Looked empty. I went inside to grab a drink and used their bathroom. The cashier looked half asleep but nodded when I walked in. The place felt weirdly empty. Shelves were barely stocked, and the lights were flickering a bit. I ignored it, got my stuff, and headed to the counter. While I was paying, I heard this loud thud from the back of the store. The cashier froze for a second but didn't say anything. I just looked at him, waiting for some kind of reaction, but he avoided eye contact. I asked if someone was in the back, but he didn't answer. He just rang me up and went back to staring at the screen. I walked out fast, feeling super off about the whole thing. When I got to my car, I noticed the car that was parked on the side earlier now had its driver's side door cracked open. Still, no one was around. I got in my car, locked my doors, and was about to pull out when I saw someone peek from behind the gas station building, just standing there, not moving. I couldn't see their face, just the shape of someone watching. I didn't even think. I just drove out of there fast. A few minutes down the road, I checked my rearview mirror, and I swear that same car from the station was behind me. No headlights, just tailing me from a distance. I sped up and took a random exit, turned down a few random streets, and when I looked again, the car was gone. I don't know what was going on at that gas station or what that guy was doing behind the building, but I never stopped there again. I honestly don't think that place was even open like a real business. It felt more like a setup. I stopped at a gas station around 2 a.m. during a solo drive back from a friend's house out of town. It was one of those stations in the middle of nowhere, just a couple of pumps and a small shop that looked half abandoned. But I really needed gas, so I didn't have much choice. While I was filling up, I noticed a van parked off to the side near the dumpster. No lights on, no one inside that I could see. It looked like it had been there a while, but as I kept glancing at it, something started to feel off, like I was being watched. I tried to shake it off and finished pumping. I went inside the store to grab a drink and use the restroom. The guy at the counter barely looked up, just kept tapping on his phone. The store smelled stale, like it hadn't had fresh air in days. The restroom was down a hallway in the back, and when I opened the door, I noticed something weird. There were clothes on the floor, like a pair of jeans and a hoodie just tossed in the corner. No tags, no dirt, just folded like someone left them there. I didn't stay long. I washed my hands, got out quick, and when I stepped back into the store, I noticed the guy behind the counter wasn't there anymore. I looked around for a second, called out just in case, but nothing. I didn't hear the door open either, which was weird because it had one of those loud bells. I went outside to my car, and that's when I saw the van's back doors were open. They weren't before. I didn't wait to see more. I got in my car fast, locked the doors, and drove off. But just as I turned onto the road, I looked back and saw the gas station lights turn off completely, like the whole place just shut down in one go. I didn't know what that place was or what was going on, but I haven't seen that gas station again since. I drove past the same highway last month, and there's nothing there anymore. Just a stretch of trees, no pumps, no shop, no sign it ever existed. I was on a long drive back home visiting my cousin. It was almost midnight, and I was starting to get tired, so I stopped at this small gas station on the side of the highway. It wasn't one of those well-lit, modern ones, just a single pump and a tiny shop that looked like it hadn't been cleaned in years. There was no one around except this old guy behind the counter. I didn't really pay attention to him, just went to pay and grabbed an energy drink. As I was walking back to my car, I noticed another car parked on the side of the lot. No lights on, windows tinted, but I swear, I could feel someone watching me from the inside. I tried not to look too long and just got back in my car. I started the engine, but before I pulled out, I noticed the same guy who was inside the store earlier was now standing outside, just staring at my car. He wasn't moving or saying anything, just watching. I slowly drove off, but as I looked in my rearview mirror, I saw that car with the tinted windows suddenly turn on its headlights and pull out behind me. At first I thought it was just a coincidence, but after a few minutes, I realized it was definitely following me. I took random turns, even went through a red light when the road was clear, but the car kept following, never getting too close, but just staying right behind. I pulled into a fast food drive-thru just to see if they'd keep following me, and they did. I didn't even order anything. I just drove right through and back onto the road. That's when I spotted a police station sign and took the turn straight into the parking lot. The car behind me drove past like nothing happened, didn't even slow down. I stayed parked outside the station for a while just to be sure they were gone before I finished the rest of my drive. I don't know what they wanted or why they picked me, but it felt way too planned, like they were waiting for someone to stop there. I haven't stopped at any sketchy gas station since then, and I probably never will again.